Right, so I'm back. So yesterday I was going out on a night out with my friends, and my friend was just on her way round, and there was a knock at the door, and my other friends that were already sat in the front room having a drink, we were like, oh, I was fixing someone's nail. We was like, oh, it'll be my friend Donna. So I ran to the door, you know, when you open the door, I was like, oh. And then there was two guys to the door, I was like, oh. And they were like, oh, it's like you were expecting someone. I said, I was, I thought you were someone else. But the guy who was at the door, I know from around the corner, and there's another guy that I don't know, but he lives over the way. And where I live in my garden, if you've ever seen pictures on Instagram, or I don't know if I've done videos where I've been in the garden, but it's quite a long garden, and at the back of mine and my road there's an entry down the back, and somebody has made like a butterfly garden. You know, it's just all full of stuff for butterflies in the butterfly garden, because it was an area where there wasn't really much on it, so they've done like, you know, a butterfly garden, which I thought was alright. I do get a lot of butterflies coming over. Then again, they have been a bit of a pain in the ass because they did eat the tree next door. There was hundreds of caterpillars on it. But anyway, whatever. And apparently they've got concerns about the alley now. The other night, I heard a lot of kids shouting and going on, but I just thought it was kids in the garden because you get that in summer anyway, you know, kids on the trampoline and people having barbecues and stuff like that. And I just thought, oh, and I did think, oh, they're out quite late, but sometimes kids are out late in the garden in summer anyway. Didn't think much of it. Now this letter came through, and apparently our entry at the back, he is the guy who does the butterfly garden is wanting to, I think it is, I've not actually read the letter properly yet, or the council or something, wants it to be a community garden. Like where I live, the place that I live in is like, you know, they're trying to do love your area and all that. I'm all for that, building up crappy areas and making them pretty and having like a community garden for people to come in. But the only problem is, like the men were saying, is it's going to attract the wrong sort of people as well, as in teenagers. And they have found knickers down there, condoms, needles, human feces, wee and the other. I didn't know about this. So I'm a bit concerned because obviously things could get chucked over my garden, needles and stuff like that, my fins in the garden, other kids on my street. So there's a meeting on Tuesday over the road, and I'm going to have to go to it because obviously I want to say something. I think it's all good. I think they're trying to get it gated off because also apparently, I didn't even know this either, there's been some dealing in the entry in cars. So really, I think it should be gated off like some entries are. So, you know, if there was ever kids in the back, they could go in the back. People on my road in the area could come and use the garden. We could go out and use it, help, you know. Do you know what I mean? That way, for people who maybe are on the road that backs to the garden for a community garden, or we'd be able to let people in that we know or something like that. But it's not just, it's a shame really because community gardens for everyone. But then again, it would be lovely if everyone could have their own community garden if they've got an entry, you know, for people who live on them roads, and then it's up to us sort of like, you know, if you were letting your friends in. But like the guy said, it is attracting negative you know, people as well, teenagers who don't care. They're going around there drinking, they're getting drunk, they're having sex, leaving needles about, doing drugs and stuff. It's just, that's not on. That is not what you want a community garden for people who, you know, younger people who, you know what this day and age is like now. They're not really thinking about that. They'd see it as somewhere to go, because the guy wanted to put benches in there, so you can imagine at night it's not gated off. They'll all be sat there like obviously they have been doing, or hiding down there having sex, whatever they're doing, going in there, sitting there drinking. It backs on, it's sort of on the side of my garden as well. I don't want to hear all that. I don't want cans and needles and things chucked in my garden that I have to keep picking up. So yes, I definitely will be going to that. Hopefully on Tuesday because Mum's here, so it's at 7 and my mum can have Finn. He'll be in bed anyway, and I'm going to go over and see what's going on with that and hopefully put my opinion across as well. So I'll let you know how that goes on. I don't know if anyone's ever had problems like that before, if or you've ever wanted to start like a community garden off. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a positive thing, but there's also things that come with it. And I think what this guy has done is not consulted the people who live on my road that backs onto that entry and the other people on the opposite side. He's not letting them know. I didn't even know any of this was going on. I just thought it was kids. When I've heard kids, it's obviously teenagers. You know, I just thought it was kids in the garden. I didn't know about any of this. So for him not to really consult anyone and let them know what he wants to do, even though it's a positive thing, but you've got to consult people. And yeah, it could be a community garden, but I think there's a few little things that need to be in place first, or people could throw ideas back. So if you know what I mean, it's a good thing, but also it's got to be done in the right way, and people need to know, because there's a few things going on there that, you know, even I don't, that can't go on. People have been fly tipping in there and stuff like that. So I will let you know. Let me know if you've had any of them problems, or if you've been thinking about community garden. Maybe, you know, there's certain things you've got to think about as well, and people who live in that area as well. So see you soon. Bye.